Welcome back to Fox and Friends. Well, more than 24 Democrats, these right here, backing a new bill to declare President Trump mentally unfit for office. I don't know if any of them are actually psychiatrists. Our next guest says this may be unethical and is at least very irresponsible. Dr. Nicole Saphier joins us now to explain. So I presume none of these 25 members have performed a psychiatric exam on our commander-in-chief. You would say, therefore, their ability to deem him fit or unfit is irresponsible.
It is irresponsible. You know, I find it interesting that you have non-healthcare professionals actually giving medical diagnoses for someone that they actually haven't examined. And even if they are healthcare professionals, which I have seen commentary in the media of healthcare professionals throwing around medical diagnoses about our president, you can't do that, and you shouldn't do that. I mean, the Goldwater rule, which we were talking about during the break.
Really interesting, yeah.
Extremely interesting. You'd think that they would have learned their lesson.
So talk about that. In 1964, something similar happened to Barry Goldwater when he was a candidate for president. What happened?
Right, because they thought he had extreme political views. A group of psychiatrists got together.
He was a conservative.
Exactly,
anyway.
Exactly. Extremism on both sides. I think people start throwing around mental illness diagnoses. But what happened was essentially a magazine polled a group of psychiatrists. It called him essentially mentally unfit. And, you know, he didn't get the presidency, but he was able to sue that magazine, and he won that lawsuit for libel. And so, therefore, the American Psychiatric Association came out with this rule saying it's unethical. You cannot make commentary on living public figures that you have not examined.
It's a really interesting piece. I love learning little nuggets from history. In 1964, it was Fact magazine. They wrote this piece that psychiatrists said he was unfit. He sued him afterwards and won $1 million in damages for defamation, which is libel in print. So you said you've seen, you know, other networks or other places where they're starting to put. Is it basically the same thing when you broadcast psychiatrists or doctors who are trying to assess President Trump?
Yeah, you know, facts are stubborn little things, and it's much easier to surmise based on guessing what someone's thinking than actually to diagnose someone. And, you know, personally and professionally, I'm not going to sit here and try and diagnose our president. That's not my role. I do wonder at what point our president of the nation, his family, including his young child, they are attacked every day for their intelligence, their character, and their physical characteristics. At what point do we say maybe some of this is his defense mechanism in acting out or a compartmentalization? You know, anywhere else in any other arena, people would be criticized for bullying and slander. However, for some reason, it's now becoming acceptable to be attacking our nation's leader and his family.
And what do I feel like whatever was said about Barry Goldwater, I haven't seen the article, is probably tame compared to what's said. I mean, you look in the media and what's said about President Trump right now.
Absolutely. I mean, what happened with Griffin? I mean, can you imagine if we did that to someone else? If someone else was holding a head or a dead head or a bloody head of someone, I mean, that is bullying to its extreme.
Absolutely. Dr. Nicole Saphier, thank you very much.
Nice being
Usually
here.
we get medicine and tips. Today we got history.
That's
She's
right.
a well-rounded individual. Thank you very much.